Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG Build Guide Edition. Today I'm ready to unveil my new Carino Focus Shot Sniper build that I've been working on over the course of a week. It is unequivocally the best build I have made, and as you can see right above my head, we are pegging out the training dummy at just over 7 seconds. It does crazy damage, and it has survivability because unlike other builds where you do more damage the closer you are away, this is a sniper build, which means you do more damage the farther you are away. As always, we will cover every facet of this build, and everything is timestamped in the description below if you need to bounce around. Let's not waste any time and jump right into this. Starting off with some gameplay. Now, the skills I'm using for this build are Focus Shot, Blink, which has 2 charges, Bloodthirst, Aim, and Compound Potion, and I'll break down the supports and the passives during the skills portion. Now, like I said, this is a sniper build. The farther away you are, the more damage you do, and if stuff didn't die so fast, you would be able to see that knockback. I mean, literally, you're carving through enemies. And I would say probably 50% of the time, if not more, you are going to have a crit. It's not a guaranteed crit build, but for the most part, you're going to be critting enough. It was funny when I was streaming this and showcasing what I put together, people said it felt like I was playing Contra. See that knockback? Just carving through everyone. Obviously, this is tier 7 content, and you will see survivability wise, totally fine. This build, obviously, gear is required, but as long as you have true endgame gear, this build can do all content. Is back there. That's what I'm saying. Right now I've got about 400 FEs invested, maybe a little more. Done. Look how quick. You didn't even see him. Ah, we got a Dark Surge boss. Maybe we get an Edict. And we don't. Throw out a couple more Dark Surges. Get all of them out. Come on. Come on. I wish there was a button to throw them all out at once. You all die. Got some drops. Nothing super good. All right. Let's kill a boss. Now, I chose this boss because it does not have an immune state, which means you can kill it as fast as you can kill it.
I need to rest.
And that T7 is down.
Evil ends here.
Let's fight another one. Let's do it. This boss has immunity. See, I mean, obviously he would already be dead if he didn't have the immune state. You dead. Let me show you how to recreate this build. So now let's check out the skills for this Carino sniper, starting with Focused Shot. Now on here, you want crit chance, crit damage, wind projectiles, attack focus, and slow projectiles. Okay. Blink. And a lot of people always say, oh, why don't you use other movement skills? Technically, you can choose what you want. I personally like Blink. Cooldown reduction, quick mobility, periodic burst. Bloodthirst, efficient cast, bloodbath, mania. Aim, efficient cast, Bloodbath Mania, Compound Potion, Berserk, cooldown reduction, Residues. And those are all the active skills. Moving down to the passives, and I gotta say, it took a lot to be able to use this many passives, okay? We are using precise projectiles, and this is level 20. We're using precise acuteness imbue, that's level 21. And we are using precise weapon amplification, that is level 20, with a level 17 restraint. Okay? This alone is 40 sealed, 25 sealed, and 40 sealed. It's 105%. Okay? And I'll show you how we're able to have all this. Then under Cast on Crit, we have Thunder Light Field, Shadow Swamp, Fixate, and Seal conversion. So we are taking life on here, but this is really important, okay? Perk up those ears for a second. Thunder Light Field is level 1. Shadow Swamp is also level 1. Because all we care about for these two is Thunder Field's going to give us Lucky, which rolls your damage twice. Doesn't matter if it's level 1 or level 21, you're still going to get it. And Shadow Swamp is going to give us Weaken. Same thing, it doesn't matter if it's level 1 or level 21, we are still going to gain that. Okay, so keep those level 1. Last but not least, we have Curse on Hit, Vulnerability, Blind, Abyssal Hatred, and Restrain. And I will show you how we are able to use 2 curses. That is the skills. Moving over to the talents, and right now we are level 93. Level 93. You want to start with God of War, and I will slowly scan through here starting now. Okay, this is where I'm putting my points right now. And back. Okay. At 10 points, you want to take Brutality, additional 35% physical damage, but you will not do any elemental. This build is 100% physical using crit and distance. And then at 20 points, you want to put in Instant Smash. This is going to make it where when you are hitting a bleeding target, you're going to do 125% more crit damage. And your precise acuteness inside of your passives is going to make sure that all your enemies are always bleeding. Okay? Moving over to Ranger, which we have 45 points into Ranger. I will start scanning now. We are sliding through. Okay. Now, I do want to stop right here because there's a lot of nodes that really do a lot for this build. Right here, 100% effects on knockback distance is also applied to attack damage. So all that knockback distance you will get through this tree and gear counts as damage. Okay, that is huge. Right here, you will eliminate enemies under 8% health. That helps with bosses and clear speed. And then right here, you're going to get 0.4% critical strike damage per fervor rating, and you're going to have 100 stacks on it. So basically an additional 40%. Okay. Going back down. At 18 points, you want to take Shooting Arrows. This is going to give you projectile damage and 50% knockback distance. And again, remember, 100% of knockback distance is also attack power. So that's an additional, this basically is giving you 70% more damage. It's unbelievable. And then at 36 points, you want to take Rapid Shots. Projectile damage increases with distance traveled. So again, this is a sniper build. So you want Rapid Shots. Ranger is your main damage dealer for this build. Moving on to last but not least, Marksman. And I will start going through it now. And back down. All right, at 18 points, you want to take Gale, which is going to give you a projectile bonus, projectile speed bonus, and just an overall buff to speed, which means all projectile speed is also going to count as damage, okay? And then at 36, you are going to take 2 extra projectiles, because these other 2, you don't want close range fire and you don't want Master Escapist, all right? those are the talents. Moving over to hero traits for this Carino sniper. Could not be easier. Just go right across the top. Right across the top. So at 32 take top, 62 take top, and 80 take top. And then the two you put down here, you want to take Tendon Slicer, physical damage, and mark. That is the hero traits. Moving over to everyone's favorite gear and take a look at our Carino Ranger of Glory, looking better than ever. Now this build has very specific items and affixes you need to get it to this level, to be able to just carve through anything in the game, okay? And I'm gonna go through, and on each item I will tell you what is required. All right, we're just gonna work our way down, starting with the helmet. And on here, what you need is sealed mana. All right, you know the other affixes are good. You'll see it here: life, 3 resistances, immune to blinding, has evasion on it. But the main affix you need is sealed mana to be able to run all those passives. Okay, moving over to chest. On here, you have to get a Secret Shadows protection, because on here it is going to give you your agility blessings. You need to have agility blessings. You will get it from a Secret Shadows protection. And the rest on here, I have attack speed, I have resistances, I have physical damage, I have less damage taken, and regenerates life. This is probably the best item I have. Really, really good. Okay, moving over to amulet. You need to ensure that your amulet, your Whisper of the Silver Gun, you can cast an additional curse. This is how I'm able to have 2 curses and be able to put a level 21 blind on the enemies, which again gives you tons of survivability. Okay, cast an additional curse. Moving over to our gloves. On our gloves, you have to ensure you have fervor. You gotta have that on your gloves. You're gonna have 100 stacks all the time, and it is gonna give you basically your kind of guaranteed crit. Okay. And remember, in the talent tree, we have an additional 40% crit damage per your fervor. So make sure you get that on gloves. Also on here, you can get crit damage, you can get max life, you can get life, lots of good stuff on the gloves. This is required. Moving over to your belt. On your belt, you have to have versatile. You don't get versatile on your belt, this build will not work. 100% bonuses or reductions to cast speed also apply to attack speed. This means when you have a node that says 8% to attack speed and 8% to cast speed, you can now combine those and you're going to be getting 16%. That's why throughout my tree, I will take cast speed or attack speed, because it all works together. And obviously this belt is really good because it also gives us a focus blessing, which we're using. It gives us mana, it gives us evasion, and life. I mean, this belt is unbelievable. It's probably one of a kind. But that being said, make sure you get mana. Mana, versatile. Those 2 things on your belt. Moving over to boots. You want to make sure your boots are Secret Shadows shoes, because on here you're going to get 1 max charge to your mobility, which means you'll be able to use blink twice, which is great for zooming around the map. Then on here, obviously, we have some resistances, and we have lots of maximum life and life regen. Okay. Moving over to rings. This ring doesn't have anything really required on it, other than, again, we almost have a perfect rolled crit strike damage, physical damage, max life, and more resistances. On our other ring, we had to get 120 max mana. I would actually probably recommend getting close to 120 max mana on both rings. If I had more resources, I would probably go back and I'd switch out this max life and get max mana, but I got it right here and we make it work. Last but not least, what ties all this gear together is our Mountain Howling Bow, okay? And on here, it is going to give you 50% chance to cause knockback, 68% additional knockback distance, and remember, knockback distance counts as attack damage. So this right here might as well say 68% additional damage, 26% additional damage to enemies that aren't nearby. That's why we want to be far away. And this one is also one of a kind. Never seen it before. but I was able to get one that has the gear physical damage, which is the main corroded stat you want to see, and it has movement speed on it. This bow, unfortunately, has a negative 20% movement speed affix on it. So if you could find one that has positive movement speed, that means you are going to be gaining net gain 30% movement speed. So if you could find one, get just gear physical. You get lucky and find one gear physical and movement speed, snag that because you will move 30% faster throughout the map. That is the gear. Last but not least, let's check out the pets for this build. And again, I have not spent a single set on pets. This is just what I have accrued through Season 1 Dark Surge. My first pet is a level 5 Violet, and it's our purple Mike Wazowski. This is an attack pet, which is going to give you damage and crit chance and attack speed. Our second pet is Drizzle, which is our normal Mike Wazowski. This is going to give us projectile damage, projectile speed, and attack as far as crit. And last but not least, we have our Plaintive Ball of Thread, level 3 epic pet, and this is increased maximum life and mana restoration. When you put all this together and actually look here, we get tons of mana regen, we get some max life. In here, we get crit and projectile speed, which we get tons of bonuses from our traits. So I will say that in this instance, these pets do help, but you don't have to spend money to get them. This is what I was able to get just through playing the game in Season 1. All right, everyone, that's the build guide. What do you think of my new and improved Carino sniper? Is there something I missed? Is there something I could do to push it to the next level? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. 2 asks at the end of this video. Ask number 1, I'm hoping today is the day I have earned your subscription. Hoping today is the day you make the decision to push that little red button. I would really appreciate it, but I truly mean it, only if you think I deserve it. Ask number 2, check out my Patreon. Thank you to the first 50 members that have signed up. Become an instant ARPG VIP and get Patreon exclusive content at the first link in the description. We have a weekly podcast, weekly blog post, access to the VIP lounge so you can chit chat with me every day, special title, and you have a chance to win custom merch every month, and other goodies depending on where you sign up at. Again, first link in the description. That's all I've got. Hopefully you were entertained or at least learned something. Aaron, out.